The WPIAL postseason rolls on, and one of the top teams inside of 2A girls will hit the court for the first time this postseason as Serra Catholic, the number 3 seed, plays host to Southside, who beat Aliquippa. Second straight year we're seeing these two teams meet in the first round after Southside won a prelim game to get in. Jeremy Salou, Alex Lyons with you for all the action here on MVI Lives coverage of this postseason game, streamed on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network, your exclusive home for the WPIAL postseason. But Jeremy, Serra Catholic, it's been a little bit of a layoff, and these girls are anxious to be back on the court to play here tonight.
They are anxious about it, and it's very similar, like you said, to last season. Same situation. You know, Southside comes in here as a decided underdog, but you know, there's a big piece to Serra Catholic's puzzle missing. Riley Alabach will not play. From what I understand, she will miss the rest of the season due to a knee injury. So, you know, it's going to fall on Bree Battles to have a big game inside and be that inside presence for Serra Catholic. Yeah,
Alabach has been that third scorer on this team, fourth scorer really. And when you have 4 deep, it's so helpful. She's averaging 8.37 points per game before that injury, but you still have 3 in double digits, and they're looking at Macy McCullough, the senior, to step up and try to fill that role in a starting spot now for this Serra Catholic squad. But you know, you don't need her to fill in that 8-point whatever points per game. You just need her to go out there and do enough not to hurt you, in a sense.
Right.
And that's kind of what it's been this year. You've had your big 3, and then you get a little chip-ins here and there for Serra Catholic, who's defensively and offensively one of the best teams in all of 2A. Number 2 scoring offense behind the Shannock, who they hope to see in the semifinals, which would be a rematch of last year's championship game. And then, of course, the number 1 scoring defense with 25.3 per game over Bergenstown, who sits at second at 28 points per game. And that could be the next round foe.
Next round, right.
And an interesting thing about that, if you want to take a look at that, last game in the regular season, that's who Southside played, and Southside beat Bergenstown 46-44.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see. And you mentioned the Shannock. They're up 53-14 at the end of the third quarter of their first round game against Ellis School in a boy-girl doubleheader up in the Shannock, I believe. So it's going to be real interesting to see how Serra Catholic comes about. The thing about Serra Catholic is they play that in-your-face pressure style. They score a lot of transition points. That's how you offset the loss of Alabach inside. And like you mentioned, Bree Battles doesn't have to score 8 more points a game. She just has to do what she does. Play strong inside, be an inside presence, and dish to the outside to the shooters when she has the opportunity.
Yeah, it should be fun to watch. Chloe Portash will obviously lead the way offensively, but a lot of talent, and I think it's going to be an interesting matchup underneath with Bree Battles and Emily Boy of Southside. So it should definitely be a good test for Serra Catholic to see how they can play out of a pause here in the postseason. It's a team they expect to handle, but they want to beat them defensively with speed and in the transition game, and kind of use this as a tune-up game almost, as a 3-14 matchup.
And Coach Bacco said it from the start. They want to be peaking at the right time, and he thinks they are playing their best basketball. They had a tough game with Seton LaSalle. It was a playoff atmosphere to wrap up the regular season and the section title. So he really wants to make sure that his team keeps that offensive game rolling as they get ready for this first playoff matchup.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun to watch these Serra Catholic Eagles, who maybe feel a little bad about their seeding on the 3 seed and on the same side as Neshannock, but they'll get their first test of playoff basketball here this evening on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network. So we're going to go to the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and more for you right here on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network.
Have you always wanted to install security cameras in your house, but none of the commercial installers wanted to bother with you? Now you can call Kevin Ike Evangelo at Right Bite Computers for all your residential security camera needs. Call Ike at 724-272-2145 for your free security camera analysis.
If you're looking for somewhere to eat after the game, check out our friends down at the Foster House, too, serving up their famous king sandwiches 7 days a week until 11:30 p.m. The Foster House 2, located at 1 Cook Road in Belle Vernon.
Amen. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright souls through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Anthems played, and we are getting set for the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Southside, as
They're announcing everybody.
Number 13, Julia Swager. Number 15, Allie Boyd. Number 22, Allison DeLong. Number 44, Charity Kelly.
I think you're right. They're just announcing the entire roster. There's a lot of confusion by Southside, as it's going to be the 5'3" junior guard Mara Heberly, along with the 5'6" senior guard Emily Bailey. Joining them will be the 5'8" senior guard Maddie Fisher, 5'6" senior guard Savannah Bailey, and 6'3" senior forward Emily Boyd. So that is Heberly, Bailey, Fisher, Bailey, and Boyd, the starting five for the Southside Rams here this evening.
Number 23, senior 5'6" guard Emily Boyd.
14-9 on the season, Southside. 5-7 they were in Section 1 of 2A. Of course, that's the section that holds number 1 and number 2 Olsh and Neshannock. And on the other side of things, for the host Serra Catholic Eagles, as most likely they're going to get the full roster coming here again.
Well, that's one thing, though. Serra Catholic only has 9 players dressed, so hopefully foul trouble does not become an issue, because after Callie Cunningham and Sammy Curry, there's not a lot of experience, varsity experience at least, for the Eagles.
As you can see, the starters on your screen, it's going to be the 5'10" sophomore for Bree Battles, 10 points per game. Joining her will be the 5'9" senior guard Chloe Portash, leading the team at 17.4 points per game. 5'6" sophomore guard Caitlin Cooley, the 5'7" sophomore guard Kate Clark, up over 11 points per game. And into the starting lineup for Riley Alaba is the 5'5" senior guard Macy McCullough. So that is Battles, Portash, Cooley, Clark, and McCullough, the starting five for first-year head coach Matt Bacco, as his squad at 18-1, looking for win number 19 on the season, and to continue their, or I guess I should say, starts their path to the peak here this evening.
Yeah, it's very important, though, that Serra Catholic doesn't overlook this team. That's going to be the biggest thing, and like you mentioned, it's off of an almost week-long layoff. So the question is, how are they going to come out? The advantage is they play that high-tempo defense, the pressing, the trapping. They rotate really well in it, and that should get them into the flow of the game rather quickly.
Southside, again, they saw Serra Catholic last year, same spot, 59-35, your final score in favor of Serra Catholic. That was en route to the Peterson Event Center. Actually, would have been en route to the Peterson Event Center if it was there a season ago, but to a championship game for Serra Catholic, as it's going to be number 3 Serra versus number 14 Southside. As we get set to get underway, Battles and Boyd will do the honors for the opening tip. from Serra Catholic High School as ball in the air. We are underway. Controlled far side. That's by Bailey. Emily Bailey kicks it. Heberly back up top. Almost taken away by Portash. Far side, Savannah Bailey. And there's almost another steal for the Eagles, but they can't get it into the backcourt. Off the hands of Emily Bailey, and it will be a turnover on South Side early on.
And that's exactly what Serra Catholic wants you to do. It's very reminiscent to me of how Cal U plays basketball in the women's team. They want to force numerous turnovers to get as many possessions on the offensive end as they can.
Chloe Portash up top, looking to the bench. Again, everything kind of differs without Riley Alaba in this starting lineup. Just the way you play, the way you kind of run through your patterns. As there's Clark in the quarter. She goes for three and knocks it through. Clark starts the scoring for the Eagles.
Kate Clark's been a big reason why they're sitting at 18-1, giving Portash that secondary scorer.
Answer at the other end, no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Boyd, and the Eagles take back over. As the Serra Catholic student section has showed up for this one, letting
Can we talk about the guy in the sunglasses, the curly mullet, and the United States tank top? He is all out for the theme tonight.
Oh, he absolutely got the message of what to wear. As up top, Clark off the ricochet gets it back. Clark drives in, pulls up from 14, back iron, no, rebound Clark. Clark, kick out near side, there's Portash. Portash in the right corner, Chloe Portash. Bounce pass into Battles, trying to back down Boyd. Battles double teamed and she's fouled, trying to kick it back out to Chloe Portash with 6:34 remaining in the first. It's a 3-0 Eagles lead thanks to Kate Clark.
Great entry pass there by Portash. If she would have thrown that maybe 5 seconds earlier, Battles had a great seal on Boyd inside.
There is Battles once again. The foul went against Heberly, her first, team first. As outside in the right wing, it's Chloe Portash. Portash surveys her options. Portash will look to penetrate. Portash, right elbow, floats it up. No good. Rebound, Battles. Battles puts it up.
Move.
No good. As Bree Battles was able to break through, just could not finish. Heberly swings it, left wing. Bounce pass to the corner, back to the left side it is. Fisher tries to drive in, kick up top, Savannah Bailey. Goes back to Emily Bailey, inside, Boyd back up top to Savannah Bailey. Far side, Fisher for three, and she'll knock it through. And Southside knocks things up. Threes on the board, 5:40 remaining in the opening quarter. Chloe Portash, far side. Portash rolling up top, near side, Cooley. Cooley has Clark top of the key. Cutting is McCullough, instead goes to Clark up top. Kate Clark arguing with Portash about the play and eventually goes to Portash top of the key. Looks like order is restored for Serra Catholic as Coley in the right side. Down low, Battles,
nice
puts it up and puts it in. Bree Battles onto the board. Her first bucket of the game. And Serra Catholic, Portash, the deflection, got it back from McCullough. Finds a clutching Battles. Battles tied up in a dual possession called. And it's going to stay, it looks like, with the Eagles.
It's a great entry pass on the little teardrop there from Cooley inside the Battles.
So it is going to be Serra Catholic ball off the tie-up. 5-3 the Eagles lead. 5:04 remaining in the first. McCullough the trigger. Down to our right. McCullough slaps it, sending order in motion. Surveys into Portash. Portash. Fadeaway shot, no good. Rebound out of bounds off the hands of Macy McCullough. 4:54 remaining here in the first quarter. Inbound, Fisher sends it right back to Bailey. Emily Bailey near side, Fisher right back to Emily. Emily skips it across, Heberly. Bounce pass Bailey. Emily Bailey falls down but got it off. Far side, Savannah Bailey inside. Boyd up over Portash, banks it in to tie us up once again. First bucket of the game for Emily Boyd. 5-all, 4:28 remaining here in the first. Portash getting the orders once again and calling them out. Screen by Battles. Portash, foul line, drives in, looks to kick out, goes out. McCullough for three, way off the mark. Rebound, Battles, knocked away, got it back. And Battles tied up. This time it goes to the Rams. Bailey, far side, Heberly right back to Bailey. Near side, Fisher into Boyd, finds Savannah Bailey, back to Heberly, right wing. Heberly drives in, left block, make it the right side, kicks it back up top. To the left corner they go, Fisher for three, no good. Boyd all alone, puts it up, no good. Heberly on the third time, won't fall, and eventually out of bounds off of Serra Catholic. Fives on the board, 3:52 on the clock here in the opening quarter between number 3 Serra Catholic, number 14 Southside. Inbound, Boyd lost the handle, loose on the ball. Cooley has it tied up, and we'll head back the other way off the dual possession with 3:48 remaining in the first here in this first round matchup on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network. Grace Woodling will check in. She replaces Boyd and see if they try to take advantage of the 6'3" Boyd exiting and being replaced by 5'9" senior forward Grace Woodling, who's matched up on Bree Battles. Portash over the Eagles logo into the right wing. Portash pressured by Heberly. Kicks it across McCullough. McCullough, top of the key. Foul line, kick out. Portash resetting things with 3:30 on the clock here in the first. 5-all. Portash has a lane up off the window, no good. Rebound, Battles goes to put it up, but she traveled first. .323 remaining in the first. 5-all. Far side, Bailey. Savannah Bailey back to Emily Bailey. Emily up over the divider. Now it's Heberly. Heberly in the right wing, and she's fouled as Macy McCullough got her with the arm.
Yeah, that's the one danger of the offense or the defense that Serra Catholic plays. You're prone to try to reach, and sometimes the officials are going to get that call.
Heberly, right wing, drives in, right block, and she travels, and 3:07 remains in the first. We'll go back the other way. Inbound to Chloe Portash. Portash once again will get the orders from the bench. Head coach Bacco made it clear to me he thought they wanted to play a real up-tempo game. We haven't seen that thus far from Serra Catholic. As kick out, corner three, Coley comes up short. Rebound, grabbed down by the Rams. Handoff, near side Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey slows things up, floats it near side Fisher. Fisher, top of the key, Heberly. Heberly back to Emily Bailey. Emily back to Heberly. Into the left wing it goes, one more corner, down into the paint, Heberly, top of the key, Savannah Bailey for the lead, got it! As Southside takes their first lead of the game at 8-5.
One thing Southside's exploiting is the overcommitment to this defense is they're letting shooters get open on the outside, and they're playing inside out.
Driving in, Portash, she's fouled, and she'll shoot two, looking to cut into this deficit. Foul went against Bailey. That is Savannah Bailey picking up the personal, her first, sending Chloe Portash to the line. Sends it up and in. First point of the game for Chloe Portash. Leads the team at 17.4 points per game. Second one up and no good for Portash. Lead sits at 2 for Southside. They look to increase with 2:08 remaining in the first. Offense is ice cold for Serra Catholic in the first quarter. Savannah Bailey to Heberly, back up top. Emily Bailey inside. Woodling blocked by Portash. Grabbed down by Clark. And Clark fouled in transition by Grace Woodling.
I think that was a little frustration foul there by Woodling. Didn't need that, especially that far away from the basket, but a huge block by Portash.
See if that sparks something offensively. Is checking out and coming out a little limpy will be Maddie Fisher. She was replaced by Bailey Stranissa. Coley, top of the key, screen by Battle, handoff Clark. Clark up top, Portash. Portash from 17, back iron, no. Rebound easily handled by Savannah Bailey, gets it off to Emily. Emily Bailey over the divider. Bailey, top of the key, kicks it Heberly. Heberly goes to Bailey. Savannah Bailey back to Heberly, along to Emily for three, and Emily Bailey drains it. 11-6, Southside on top of Serra Catholic here in the first. Cooley to the right elbow, now foul line to Portash. Portash to the right elbow, hands it off to Clark. Clark works her way in. Kick out Cooley. Cooley now looks to penetrate. Cooley down low, battles off the window and in. Executed to perfection for Bree Battles. Make it 11-8, under a minute to play in the first. Bailey near side, Heberly. Stranissa in the left wing. Bounce pass, Emily Bailey pulls up, short corner two, buried it. 5 now for Emily Bailey. 13-8 lead for Southside over number 3, Serra Catholic. 37 remaining here in the opening quarter. Portash in the right wing. Heberly guarding lightly. Portash drives in, spins away from her, look to kick it out, and a travel called on Chloe Portash. Checking in will be Sammy Curry, replacing Macy McCullough. Adding a little more length to the Serra Catholic lineup as the 5'10 junior comes in for the 5'5 senior. Serra Catholic's had the looks, they just have not had the finishing touch yet in this game.
There were a couple of times they had an opportunity to drive to the basket too, and they pulled it out or dished outside. I don't know if they're just not keeping their heads up. That'll go down as another turnover for Southside.
Chloe Portash over the divide. Portash, left wing, kicks it out, far side, Cooley for three. No good off the bank. And after one, 13-8. Number 14, Southside on top of number 3, Serra Catholic. So the Eagles, they'll have their work cut out for them when we come back for quarter number 2 right here on MVI Lives coverage of this first round matchup streamed on the TRIBLive High Schools Network.
For all your restaurant and catering needs, Carriage Inn in Elizabeth is ready to satisfy you. Located at 1601 Lovedale Road, we are a 2-time winner of Trib Total Media's Best of the Best in Allegheny County. We also accommodate any of your catering needs, regardless of how big or small. We have daily specials to eat in or take out. For more information, give us a call at 412-751-1044.
Back here on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network. Your score after one, 13-8 in favor of Southside, Serra Catholic. And make sure you stay tuned at the half. Bell Vernon boys basketball coach, the legendary Joe Salvino, joins us as he's on a collision course with 700 wins, possibly this season. As into the second quarter we go, it's a 13-8 lead in favor of Southside. They have the ball. Emily Bailey has Savannah, goes that way. Savannah Bailey on the near side. Savannah, far side, Heberly. Heberly back to Savannah Bailey. Boyd trying to post up, hand off Emily. Emily Bailey, top of the key, foul line. Kick out, Fisher on the far side. Fisher back up top, Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey kicks it. Now it's taken by Heberly. Heberly bounce pass near side, trying to drive in Savannah Bailey back to Heberly. Heberly turns it over. Here comes Cooley in transition to the left block, lays it up, lays it in. Cooley starts the scoring in the second.
Very important for Serra Catholic. What they did there is they came out on any of the shooters. They really took that three-point shot away. They're extending their defense out beyond the three-point line, and it paid off.
Back up top, Heberly. Heberly goes to Savannah Bailey, back to Heberly. Heberly onto the floor, pressured by Portash, spins away from her, pass to Emily Bailey. Emily off to Heberly. Heberly goes over Savannah Bailey. Savannah back to Emily Bailey. Emily down low, too far for Boyd. Grab down, that's by Cooley. Cooley gets around Fisher, top of the key. Cooley kick out, Clark drives in. Clark pulls up, extended post, rattles it in. Add 2 to the total for Kate Clark. She's up to 5, lead down to 1. A quick 4 for Serra out of the break. 6:23 remaining second quarter.
Both off turnovers.
Off the mark was Fisher.
There's
Boyd
another
can't
one.
save it. And the student section let in the Southside shooters know that was an air ball.
I think that first quarter is a little bit of a wake-up call for Serra Catholic. You could hear Coach Bacco in the huddle there at the end of the quarter kind of giving them the business a little bit, but they've extended out on the Southside shooters, and they've come away with 3 straight turnovers.
There's Chloe Portash, drives in, kick out Clark. Clark, top of the key, left elbow and a foul inside on Chloe Portash. She knew it right away. First foul on Portash, second on the Eagles. They trail by 1. Heberly will look to, and the Rams will look to change that. As Heberly gets it to inbound to Emily Bailey, and will do just that. Emily Bailey over the divider, far side, taken by Heberly. Heberly goes to Savannah Bailey. Savannah up top to Emily. Emily Bailey drives in on McCullough. Left elbow, kicks it out near side Fisher. Fisher, foul line, floats it up, no good. Rebound battles. And McCullough fouled in transition as the guilty party getting caught with her hand in the cookie jar was Maddie Fisher. Substitution coming in, Stranissa replacing Fisher, who picks up the personal through that last sequence. 13-12 lead for number 14 Southside over number 3 Serra Catholic. 5:42 remaining in the second. 4 points this quarter, all belonging to the Eagles. Chloe Portash, the leading scorer for Serra Catholic, sits at just 1. Looks to make it 3, will not. Rebound battles, had it knocked away, but got it back. Wrestled it free before the tie was eventually called. It's going to stay with Serra Catholic with 5:27 remaining in the second.
Right now, the Rams have no answer for Battles on the boards.
Bree Battles has gone to work so far today. Battles drives in, Battles off the window and 1. Bree Battles gives the Eagles the lead, and she'll look to extend it even further. 6 points for the sophomore. (14-13) score in favor of Serra Catholic. 5:22 remaining in the second. Battles through the motion. Rims it out, no good. Rebound, Stranissa. Back the other way. Here comes Emily Bailey. Bailey, top of the key. Kicks it, Stranissa on the far side. Back to Emily Bailey. Boyd wants it instead. They go to Heberly up top. Far side, Savannah Bailey. In the right wing, back to Heberly. Heberly looks to penetrate. Heberly gets a screen into the corner. Portash tries the trap. Now it's Savannah. Back to Emily Bailey for 3. Bailey off the mark. Rebound, Boyd. Put back. No, she's fouled by Bree Battles.
The Rams there able to finally get off a shot here in the quarter. Not surprising it's a 3-point shot. So obviously a big part of their game that Serra Catholic so far has been pretty successful at taking away.
Boyd knocks it through. She's up to 3 points. We are tied at 14 with 4:57 remaining here in quarter number 2. First points of the quarter for the Southside Rams. Second one up. Back iron, no. Rebound by Battles. Battles near or far side, Cooley, who looked to the near side where Clark is cutting. Cooley calling out the orders. Portash cuts high. They go that way. Portash hands it off. Cooley finds a lane, puts it up. She's fouled. As with the tomahawk chop was Boyd picking up the personal. Gonna send Caitlin Cooley to the line. 2 points for the sophomore. Looking to re-give the Serra Catholic Eagles the lead.
Out of town score, Class A, first round, Monessen 15, Riverview 2.
We'll be at Monessen tomorrow as Cooley misses the first for the boys matchup versus Jeanette. Both those Monessen teams got the 5 seed. Serra Catholic's boys got the 6. As Cooley could not correct the second time. Some errant free throws for Caitlin Coley leaves us tied at 14 as Emily Bailey will bring it over the divider. Bailey, near side, Heberly. Heberly now Stranissa. Rolls up top. Stranissa, far side, Savannah. Bailey bounce pass in, driving in, putting it up. Woodling banks it home. And Woodling gives the lead back to the Rams. First bucket from the floor for Southside this quarter. Outside, Cooley off the feed from Portash. Now it's Clark. Clark looks to drive in. Battles posting up. They go that way. Battles off the window and one again. Bree Battles dominating right now here in the first half. But the sad thing for Serra Catholic, she's probably the only one you can say that about.
I would agree, but hey, if the Rams don't have an answer for it, you keep it going.
As Battles through the motion, puts it up, and Bree Battles converts on the traditional three-point play. Serra Catholic back up by 1. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Emily Bailey, near side, Heberly. Now it's Stranissa. Stranissa floats it. There is Savannah Bailey pulling up short. Far side, Clark up ahead, Portash. Portash, left side, skipped across. McCullough catch, released, and off the back iron, no. Stranissa near side, Bailey. Here comes Bailey over the divider. Emily Bailey top of the key. Near side it comes. That's Woodling to the left wing, Stranissa. Top of the key she rolls, pressured by Portash. Heberly once more, swings it. Emily Bailey now, down low. Woodling wasn't ready, pinballs back to Heberly. Kick out, Savannah Bailey for three. Back iron, no, rebound. Woodling put back, won't fall. On the second effort, rebound, grabbed down by Clark, goes to Cooley on the far side. Cooley over the Eagles logo. Cooley surveying her options into the right wing. Cooley drives in, floats it up, and that one rattles around for Cooley.
That's that home court roll.
Caitlin Cooley up to 4 all this quarter, lead up to 3 for Serra Catholic. Largest lead since the Eagles struck first with a triple by Clark. Far side, Heberly. Heberly trying to roll away from the pressure of Cooley. Portash deflects it, makes its way over to Savannah Bailey, who throws it out, trying to feed it to Emily on the near side. As Southside, they want the foul, but it will not come, as checking in will be Callie Cunningham, and she'll be the trigger on the near side with 2:39 remaining in the first half. 3-point advantage for Serra Catholic as they'll look to widen the margin.
I thought that was a good defensive play there. I didn't see a foul. It's just aggressive. And in the playoffs, you're not going to get, you might get that call in a regular season game. But in the playoffs, nice pass by Portash inside.
And Battles can't finish. Second time up, no good. Third time, Battles doesn't get the opportunity as it's turned over off the dual possession. And Southside gets it back, but Bree Battles, they don't have an answer inside right now. She's got to find a way to knock those down. She's had a couple misses, easily could already be in double digits.
She's up to 8 rebounds already, 6 of them on the offensive end.
Reminding me a lot of the performance we saw on Friday of Eliza Newcomer for Frazier. They'll take on Osh, the number 1 seed here in this 2A bracket this evening. As floating it up, Bailey no good. Rebound again by Battles. Quickly got it off to Cooley. Turnover. Heberly puts it up. She's fouled by Battles. And that's Bree Battles' second foul this quarter. Heberly scoreless thus far. We'll look to change that from the stripe. 1 for 2 today are the Southside Rams. Heberly knocks it down. Her first point of the game. Shrinks the deficit to 2. Again, this is a good test for Serra Catholic to see where they'll be possibly against that Bergenstown team. As Southside beat them in the final game of the regular season. 4 straight wins for the Rams as they were riding high at the right time, and they shrink the deficit down to 1 as 2 for 2 went Heberly, and checking out will be Woodling. Back in will be Boyd. Sammy Curry in for the Eagles. So it's Portash, Cunningham, Clark, Curry, and Cooley. As Portash, foul line, left block, blocked by Boyd. And the Southside faithful love it. As here comes Emily Bailey back the other way. Bailey near side, that's Heberly, far side, Stranissa. Stranissa drives in, right block, tries to kick back up top, Heberly does. Near side turnover. Curry in transition. Curry drives up. Pocket pick from behind, but the Eagles will maintain. Good transition defense by Southside. Rams hanging around here in quarter number 2. 1:27 remaining in the half. Cooley to Portash. Portash for 3. That one no good, and Portash fouled.
I think Portash sold that one a little bit. It's going to be 1-1. They're going to call it after the shot. A push on Heberly.
So Chloe Portash, who is 1 for 2 from the line, will go back there shooting 1-1. Portash through the motion, sends it up, sends it through. Give Chloe Portash her second point of the evening. Serra Catholic up to 20. Up by just 2. Checking in will be Savannah Bailey. She replaces Heberly, who did just pick up her second personal. Portash through the motion again. Iron unkind for Chloe Portash. She's missed the back end both times. As Emily Bailey with 118 brings it over to the divider. Near side, Stranissa, far side. That's to Fisher. Fisher down low. Boyd too far again. As they've been out of kilter with those entry passes to Boyd, and that one out of bounds off the Eagles, and Clark cannot believe it. Savannah Bailey to inbound. Up top, Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey on the right side. Bailey rolls top of the key. Pressured by Cooley. 1 minute remaining first half. 2-point lead for number 3, Serra Catholic. Now it's Fisher. Fisher goes up to Savannah Bailey. 55 on the clock now. Back to Bailey. Emily Bailey surveys. Fisher has some room. Back to Emily Bailey. At the 10-foot line of the volleyball marking goes to Savannah Bailey. Now Stranissa. Stranissa left side. Stranissa floats it down low. Boyd too far again. And once again, that results in Serra Catholic getting the basketball, as that entry pass to Boyd's been there all evening. But Southside cannot hit it.
The Eagles are doing a great job of fronting her and making them go over the top. They haven't been able to find the right distance yet. They keep throwing it out of bounds.
Here comes Portash, goes to Clark. Clark hit the first bucket of the game, hasn't hit since. Off the mark that time. Rebound by Curry. Up top, Clark. Clark has Cooley, top of the key, takes it herself, now kicks it to Cooley. 18 on the clock. Do the Eagles hold for 1? No. Clark for 3. Clark back iron, no. Rebound, Fisher. Fisher to Emily Bailey. She has to go. 10 on the clock. Here comes Emily Bailey. Bailey, top of the key, pulls the trigger for 3. Short rebound, Portash down to 3. Portash with 2. Portash with 1 at the buzzer. No. Off the mark. Serra takes the lead at the half, though, 20-18, as the Eagles added in 12. Just 5 for Southside in the second, as Serra Catholic has the lead here at the half.
And the difference has been Serra Catholic has taken away the 3-point shots for the Rams. They scored 9 of their 13-point quarter off the 3-pointer. And they only held them to 1 field goal, and that was a Woodland basket inside in that second quarter. They took away that 3-point shot, got them out of the flow of the offense, and were able to take the lead.
Offense hasn't been there thus far for Serra Catholic. They'll look to regroup and get it going in the second half. We come back, we'll have a halftime interview with Bell Vernon head coach JoJo Salvini. You're watching exclusive coverage of the WPIAL postseason right here on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network.
For all your restaurant and catering needs, Carriage Inn in Elizabeth is ready to satisfy you. Located at 1601 Lovedale Road, we are a 2-time winner of Trib Total Media's Best of the Best in Allegheny County. We also accommodate any of your catering needs, regardless of how big or small. We have daily specials to eat in or take out. For more information, give us a call at 412-751-1044.
Candela's Barking Beauties, where our salon is your salon. 5 convenient, no appointment needed salons, all breeds welcome, and any size dogs. Visit www.candelarsbarkingbeauties.com or call 412-872-5550.
Swiss Alpine Dry Cleaners, more than just the cleaners. We have a complete seamstress shop that takes care of all your alterations and sewing needs. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Call at 412-896-8082. Or visit us at your convenience, located in Elizabeth Township, inside Swiss Alpine Village. You can also visit us online at SwissAlpineDryCleaners.com.
Back here at the half on MVI Live as another halftime interview, this time joined by Bell Vernon head coach Joe Salvino. Coach, really appreciate you taking the time to join us at the half.
I appreciate you having me.
So it's been a great year so far for you guys, a couple hiccups along the way, but overall you coached so many phenomenal teams throughout your course of your career. Where does this one rank with this group of kids?
It ranks up there. I mean, this group of kids is kind of special. Some of these kids were freshmen when I first got here, and then you had somebody like Devin Whitlock, and then Quentin Martin comes, and then Alonzo Wade's here. So I mean, it's nice.
And there's a lot of pressure, in a sense, put on you from outside sources. Not necessarily the team sees it that way, but how do you guys deal with the expectations, I guess might be the better word, that is on this program when you have the caliber of talent you guys do?
Well, I think the kids are used to it, especially they went through football, and, it just carries over to the basketball season. So I think the kids are able to handle that very well.
So one thing, not a team milestone, but a personal milestone that you're nearing on, and possibly, if things go the way you guys hope this postseason, could get your 700th win throughout the WPIAL postseason. What would that mean to you to pick up that milestone?
Well, it means I coached a lot of great ball players, and a lot of the coaches that coach with me, I appreciate it. Just like the game itself, it's not my individual reward. It's everybody that has been involved with me, like I said, players and coaches. I mean, I'm honored that the names that they mention, that I'm up there with them. That's an honor to me.
So for you, a few years back now, coming into Bell Vernon from Monessen, how has that kind of differed with coaching at all, if it has at all, just the different milestone or different, I guess, setting from a 1A or 2A school to a 4A school now?
Yeah, just a different atmosphere. The first year was a little bit hard. I mean, you're trying to adjust to the kids, and then the kids are trying to adjust to you. But then I think after that, everybody started to know who I was and what I expected to happen. And fortunately, we've been doing very well here. We was in a WPIAL championship 2 years ago, went to the semifinals last year, and hopefully this year we get to go far and get into the States and see what can happen.
So what do you guys as a team have to do to find a way to get that over that hump in a sense? You've got to the finals, you got to the semis, but you haven't been able to win it, and this is kind of the last hurrah with Whitlock, with Gordon. So what do you guys have to do to get over that hump and get that WPIAL title this year?
Well, I think we have to start playing better defense. I think it starts with defense. If we get a lot of transition points, a lot of easier buckets instead of having to work so hard to get them, that's a plus. And then, again, we have to run our offense and do the normal things. Rebounding and foul shooting is, especially when you get in the playoffs, foul shooting is very important.
So one thing that I've noticed with your group of guys, they like to have a lot of fun on the court. Sometimes that's too much. I think that's a great way to put it. How do you kind of keep that all together when you have all those athletes like Whitlock, like Martin, who are one is going Division I, one is almost certainly going Division I with all the offers he already has.
Right.
So how do you kind of rein that in to keep them from kind of just taking advantage of the situation? It's like, okay, we can go out and we can have all this fun, but we still have to play a basketball game. So how do you kind of keep that all in check?
Well, I tell them that, we don't want to embarrass anybody. So it's okay in a sense to have a little bit of fun, but we're not going out there to embarrass anybody. And sometimes the games get boring when you're winning, when you're up by 30 points, and you know that you could do those types of things, but I tried to rein them in, and like I said, it's not a circus. It's a basketball game, and we're not embarrassing anybody.
And one final question for you, Coach, before we can get back to the second half of our game here on MVI Live and the TRIBLive High School Sports Network. But I've asked a lot of players this question because it was something that went through my head when I was playing basketball, that it was during the national anthem for me, it was always one of those last calming moments as a player to get my head and thoughts regrouped. So what goes through your head those final moments, that last couple minutes when the anthem's playing before you're about to go out and coach your team, hopefully for another victory?
Well, my heart starts to beat a little bit more faster. I know that, especially in playoff time or any big game. And everything like what we have to do, what's expected of the team, and everything that we have to do to get a victory.
All right, Coach, I really appreciate you taking out the time again to do this with us.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, and thank you very much, and you do a great job.
Thank you. Again, that's head coach Joe Salvino looking for win number 700 in his career, hoping he can get his team back to the WPIAL championship game when we come back here on MVI Live and the TRIBLive High School Sports Network. We'll have half number 2 of your game.
Doreen Walters, your full-time realtor and a master certified negotiating expert. One of the most positively reviewed agents on Zillow in southwestern Pennsylvania, with the best marketing and maximum exposure, and a lifelong resident of the Mon Valley.
If you're looking for handmade gifts this season, check out Chloe and Me Candles. All of their products are made in-house since 2014. Their waxes are a proprietary blend of soy, paraffin, coconut, and corn, and they use cotton core wicks and phthalate-free oils. Their body products are made with the finest quality oils, butters, and salts for your skin. Check them out at 205 West Main Street in Monongahela or call 724-298-8696.
Stop on down to Hills Restaurant, Main Street in New Eagle. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, dine in or take out. Online ordering now available at hills-restaurant.com. Hills Restaurant, the best kept secret in the Valley. You can call them at 724-258-5422.
Itty bitty treasures and more at Riverside Village Shops for something extra special. Memory domes, engraving, awards, screen printing, embroidery, gifts, and so much more. Riverside Village Shops located at 127 Spear Street in Bell Vernon.
Come to Trigimbo Motors, a top-rated Pittsburgh area dealership for over 55 years to actually enjoy car buying. From their extensive high-quality selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks, you'll receive personal care and attention and enjoy your experience at Trigimbo Motors of Bentleyville. Visit their website at TrigimboMotors.com or visit them at 125 Wilson Road in Bentleyville. Back here, just underway in quarter number 3, 3 seconds elapsed. Clark down low, inside the Battles, and Battles is fouled. Great start for Serra Catholic off the inbound to Bree Battles. And Bree Battles gets fouled by Emily Boyd. Battles through the motion, puts it up. Battles rattles, no good. Bree Battles led the way with 9 points in the first quarter, or first half for Serra Catholic, but is just now 1 for 3 from the charity stripe. Looks to correct what is wrong here. Battles sends it up, back iron, no. Been a tough night at the line for Bree Battles and the Eagles in general. As Emily Bailey in the front court. Bailey, bounce pass. Heberly on the near side, swings it Savannah Bailey. Pressured by Clark, sends it inside. Short corner shot up, no good. Rebound Emily Bailey, but she steps on the baseline. And Fisher getting frustrated on the near side for Serra Catholic. I think a lot of frustration both ends between these two squads.
Yeah, without a doubt.
As up over to the divider is Cooley, handing it off to Chloe Portash. Portash back to Cooley. Cooley skips it down low. Battles drives in. Kick out all alone. McCullough overshoots. Near side, Heberly. taken away by Chloe Portash. Portash slows up, waits for reinforcements. Portash tangled up on that was by Savannah Bailey. Portash gets the screen from Battles, drives in, left block, lost the handle, somehow got it back, flinged it near side, but out of bounds it goes with 6:48 remaining in the third.
And you mentioned it, clear frustration showing a little bit.
Offense just not going like Serra Catholic's used to it doing. 59.6 points per game, the second leading scoring team in all of 2A, held to 20. And we're almost 2 minutes into the third quarter. Well, defense is held up.
Southside has made Serra Catholic play their game. Serra Catholic isn't, getting up tempo as much as they want. They're not picking up the pace.
Outside, shot up for two, no good by Savannah Bailey. Rebound, Emily Bailey out to Heberly, left side three. Back iron, no. Heberly, great job, follows the shot, puts it up, puts it in. And we are tied at 20, and a timeout full called by Serra Catholic.
Coach Bacco quickly takes a timeout there.
What a play by Heberly, following her shot, and it came up huge for Serra Catholic. As we'll step aside, we come back, we'll get you more action here in the third quarter right here on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network.
Candelore's Barking Beauties, where our salon is your salon. 5 convenient, no appointment needed salons, all breeds welcome, and any size dogs. Visit www.candeloresbarkingbeauties.com or call 412-872-5550.
Back here as we near the 6-minute mark of quarter number 3. 20s on the board, 6:06 on the clock, as Serra Catholic in a stalemate with number 14 Southside here at home. And there's frustration on all sides of things between the players, the coaches, and I think probably the fans are just as frustrated and as eager on the far side of the court.
And this is what a lot of coaches are afraid of when you have that long layoff like Serra Catholic did.
There's Clark inside. Cooley gets her up, puts it up, no good. Rebound grabbed down by Bailey. That's Savannah Bailey rolling away from McCullough, knocked out of bounds into the stands by Cooley. Tied at 20, 5:51 remaining in the third. Inbound goes, that's to Emily Bailey. Bailey over the center court logo. Bailey. Now it's taken by Heberly, far side. Fisher bounce pass Emily Bailey. She's fouled by Macy McCullough.
That's going to be the second one on McCullough.
Far side, Heberly the trigger with 5:42 remaining in the third. Emily Bailey top of the key. Far side, Heberly. Heberly gets the screen by Savannah Bailey. Heberly looks at her options, now rolls left. Into the left wing, Clark continues to pressure. Up top, that's Emily Bailey. Emily, near side, Fisher. Fisher drives in, sees a lane, puts it up, no good. Good defense by Battles. Fisher got the board. Out to Savannah, along to Emily Bailey. Far side, Heberly. Heberly drives in, kick out, Fisher for three. That one rattles, no good. Put back, Woodling won't fall. Rebound, Portash, and Portash tangled up with after grabbing the rebound. She was fouled as Southside gets another team, and it goes against Heberly. That's her third, so 2 starters with 3 now for the Southside Rams.
Yeah, I look for Serra Catholic to attack those two, Heberly and Boyd.
Looks like
neither one's going to be in the game here in the next few seconds.
Coley looks to drive in, floats it down low, and a foul and a inbound underneath. This one goes against Emily Bailey. 4:57 remaining in the third. 20s on the board. Heberly out. Getting told she might have to play with some fouls today, so she has to make sure she's ready for that. As driving in, Battle, she's fouled. Woodling not happy, saying it was all ball, but she gets called for the foul as Grace Woodling gets her second.
Second in a matter of, 20 game
Make that
seconds?
Third on Woodling, apparently. I might have missed one early on.
I must have, yeah. I see 3 up there.
Battles puts it up, back iron, no. Iron unkind to Bree Battles. She's missed her last 3 now.
Yeah,
just 1 for 5.
Yeah, the Eagles really have to start hitting their free throw attempts.
Battles off the mark again. She touches nothing. 9 points left at the free throw line by Serra Catholic right now.
Yeah, they could have definitely gave themselves some distance on the scoreboard if they make their free throws tonight.
And you imagine that helps with confidence, too. I mean, there's no confidence right now for the Eagles as Fisher pulls up and sends it through. Maddie Fisher gives the Rams the lead. 22-20, 4:30 remaining here in the third. Driving in, Portash off the window and in. Chloe Portash, her first bucket from the floor. It's taken a long time, but Portash finally gets it with 4:17 remaining in the third. Sternissa up top, rolls left, handoff, Emily Bailey. Bailey surveys, driving in now to the right elbow, right block, fires it up, no good. Rebound, Portash right to Cooley. Cooley will calmly bring it up the court, far side, McCullough. Lost the handle, got it back off of Sternissa, right to Portash. Very lucky are the Eagles. 3:52 remaining in the third. Here comes Portash, kick out. There's McCullough, drives in, make it Cooley up and one. Wow. Cooley knocks it through.
I know that Southside coaching staff wanted an illegal screen on Battles, but I think she was just able to get herself set.
Can Cooley convert? She's 0 for 2, and they were bad misses for Caitlin Cooley as Curry back in, and a timeout called by Southside. And I believe that's the 30-second variety.
And the worst thing that could happen for Southside right now is for Chloe Portash to get back in this game. And that's exactly what she's doing. And you could hear as the timeout was called, she gave a yell in excitement for her team. So once she gets set back into this game and gets her head back in the game and she starts to attack the basket like we saw in her last possession, you know, that could be a big thing for the Eagles offense.
You know exactly what Chloe Portash is thinking and feeling at pretty much every second of every game she plays in. She wears her emotions on her sleeve, and then if you saw our interview with her, I mean, I think it was pretty clear that's how she plays the game and goes about her everyday life.
Right, absolutely.
As Heberly back in with 3 fouls, with 3:46 remaining in the third. Jersey number 4, that's what I was looking at, trying to get my thoughts together, but she's going to have to play with fouls and be careful. If you're Serra Catholic, you got to attack her, see if you can get her back to the bench with 4 fouls.
Absolutely.
Cooley 0 for 2. Can she right the ship this time by? The southpaw sends it up.
Doesn't hit the rim again. That's twice she hasn't hit the rim on.
I think that's 4 times in this game Serra Catholic as a team has done that. They've left 10 points at the line. It would be a 12-point Eagle lead if they knock down some free throws.
Oh, I think Bailey got away with going over and back.
Shot no good, rebound Battles. Here comes Battles. She's fouled from behind by Fisher. And Serra Catholic, free throws are going to win them this game right now. 6 fouls already in the third quarter with 3:27 on Southside. You start making your free throws, this game can get out of hand knowing the way this offense can operate for Serra Catholic. They can get a lot of points in a hurry.
I was just watching the replay. Bailey went across the line, but the ball did not.
There's Cooley up top. Back to Clark. Clark from the corner. Off the mark as it rimmed off the side iron and out. Now it's Emily Bailey's turn. 3:08 remaining in the third. Bailey to Heberly. Heberly near side, Savannah Bailey. Back to Heberly, top of the key. Pressured by Portash. Near side, Curry almost the steal. Works his way to Heberly. Bounce past Savannah Bailey. Right elbow, drives in, floats it up from 8. No good. Another board for Bree Battles. Battles to the corner. There's Portash for 3. Off the rim. Rebound. Battles. No. Loose on the floor. Grabbed by the Rams. Bailey to Fisher. Slows up. Waits for reinforcements in the left wing. Finds Emily Bailey. Bailey up top. Near side Heberly. Number 14 Southside giving number 3 Serra all they can handle. And then some. As it's Heberly swinging it. foul line, kick out. Driving in, Heberly, bounce pass out, Fisher. Fisher, bounce pass to Heberly. Heberly swings it across. Far side, Emily Bailey to the corner. It's Fisher. Back up top they go, Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey near side, Heberly in the right wing. Pressured by Portash. Not a lot of room to operate offensively for Southside. They're kept out beyond the perimeter. Bounce pass goes to Fisher. Fisher tries to work it in, drives in, down the lane, throws it up. She's fouled. She'll shoot 2.
Going to get Curry with the foul.
We'll get some substitutions after the first shot by Maddie Fisher. Shot up, short by Fisher. Been a bad night at the line for everybody not named Mara Heberly, who is 2 for 2. Can Fisher correct it? Sends it up. Back iron, no. Another rebound by Battles. Battles gets bounced into by Fisher.
There's another foul by Fisher, and that's going to be 3 on her.
And that's 1-1 for Battles. Can Battles make them pay? She's missed her last 4. This is number 5 this quarter from the line for Bree Battles. 1:50 remaining in the third. 2-point lead for Serra Catholic. They have just 4 points. Bree Battles gets it to fall. Double digits for Bree Battles, and Jeremy, that makes it a double-double, I'm guessing, for Battles at this point.
Oh, yeah, she has 13 rebounds.
Battles up. Battles no good. Back the other way. Here comes Emily Bailey. Emily Bailey over the divider. Bailey spinning, foul line, kicks it out. Fisher for 3, buries it. We're tied again. It's Maddie Fisher. Up to 8. 25's on the board. 1:30 on the clock in the third. Now it's Portash. Near side, Clark. Clark to Portash. Portash skips it across. Near side, Curry. Left wing. Inside they go to Battles. Knocked away from her. Here comes Emily Bailey pushing the issue. Top of the key. Looks at Savannah. Now goes back. That's to Heberly. Near side, Savannah Bailey. Pressured by Curry. Back to Heberly. Heberly handoff in the left wing. She will look, and it's taken now by Emily Bailey, far side. Fisher back to Emily Bailey. Bailey, left side, left elbow down low. Shernissa right wing, 3 blocked! It's Curry denying!
Another big block on Curry. Good job to jump out and get out on that shooter quick.
As the junior using her length to her advantage. See if that gives the Eagles some sort of spark. You know, any moment, you just have that feeling Serra Catholic can turn it on and easily run away with this, but Southside has prevented that.
It's all going to start on this end of the floor for Serra Catholic. It's going to come from their defense.
They haven't got those transition points. No turnovers leading to scores. Bailey to Fisher. Fisher, foul line, down low, kick out. Savannah Bailey for the lead. Got it! 8 now, or make it 6 now for Savannah Bailey. Lead to 3. 16 remaining in the third. Southside can smell the upset. Clark to the corner. Battles. Back up top to Cooley. Almost turns it over. Now they will. Heberly blocked down by Cooley. Drives in. Puts it up. No good. 3 full here at Serra in number 14, Southside, leading the number 3 seed, Serra Catholic, as the Eagles, they have their work cut out for them when we come back here on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network. Your score after 3 quarters of play, South 28, Serra 25. We'll be right back here on your exclusive home for the WPIAL postseason, the TRIBLive High School Sports Network.
Swiss Alpine Dry Cleaners, more than just the cleaners. We have a complete seamstress shop that takes care of all your alterations and sewing needs. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Call at 412-896-8082. Or visit us at your convenience, located in Elizabeth Township, inside Swiss Alpine Village. You can also visit us online at SwissAlpineDryCleaners.com.
Number 14, Southside, on top of number 3, Serra Catholic after 3, 28-25. And just a reminder to all of our listeners out there, this game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the TRIBLive High School Sports Network, along with us here at MVI Live. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the viewing and listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited. One quarter of regulation left in the books. Most people thought the clock could be running by this point in the game. It is doing anything but that. Number 14, Southside, putting more than just a scare right now into the Eagles. They lead as we are underway in quarter number 4. Emily Bailey looks to increase upon that lead. Serra Catholic trying to turn up the pressure. Fisher puts it up, no good. Rebound, there's McCullough. McCullough has Portash, goes that way, Portash up and in. Perfect start for the Eagles, a stop and a score. We'll look for another one. Bailey to Bailey, it's Emily. Up top, Heberly. Heberly drives to the near side. Chloe Portash looking for the steal. Heberly and Portash bounce into each other, and Portash gets the personal. That's her second.
All right, just leaned on her a little bit. It's a good foul.
Serra Catholic will shoot the entire quarter, and a 30-second timeout called by head coach Matt Backo.
The big thing for Serra Catholic is do exactly what you did on that first possession. Get the rebound and get out in transition as fast as you can, especially when you have a long rebound like that. McCullough did a good job of getting it up to Portash quickly for the basket. And if Serra Catholic's going to come back and win, that's how they're going to do it, with transition points.
Serra Catholic haven't been in this situation that often this season. 15-point win versus Wickley Academy. 11-point win versus Steel Valley. And you have to go to the 1-point loss to Bell Vernon. That's really it, close game-wise, but they got to take what they learned in that loss to Bell Vernon and show they did learn something from that loss, because that Bell Vernon game right now is what they need to build on to find the strength to come back against this Southside team, because it's a dejected Serra Catholic group, it seems like.
Little dribble handoff action here for the Rams. Good job by the Eagles switching.
Coley thought she was going to get the foul called on her. It did not happen, and Clark will. They were both going for the ball, and it looked like feet tied up.
Yeah, just bad positioning by Clark. She was behind the girl. I think it was Heberly going after the ball, and feet got tangled up, and with Clark in behind, they're going to call that a push every time.
And Southside played that almost that entire third quarter without Boyd. They outscored the Eagles 10-5. Single-digit quarter for Serra Catholic sounds almost unheard of. But Southside, they are playing excellent defensively and preventing that speed game that Serra Catholic wants to have. And they're doing just this. Driving in, Bailey up, no good. Rebound, Portash. Portash will have to take it herself. Now kicks it off to Cooley. Serra a chance to take the lead back. Near side, Portash to the corner. McCullough all alone, overshot again. Clark gets the rebound. Clark pulls up, extended post, and the lead back to Serra. 29-28 thanks to Kate Clark.
It's not too often we see Chloe Portash pass up a three-pointer. Kind of surprised she didn't shoot that one she had down there.
Ooh. And another foul. This one, I think, again, maybe Kate Clark, and make that Coley.
Just her first, but catching up on the foul total.
Exactly. That's kind of was the point I was thinking about. Just around 2 minutes into this fourth quarter, Southside going to be nearing the shooting department. As Boyd catch, release, back iron, no. Rebound off of Coley and out.
Yeah,
you got to secure the rebounds.
Off her thigh, right out of bounds.
Here's Serra. Up by just one with 6:02 remaining in the fourth. Trigger is Maddie Fisher. Fisher looks for a bounce pass. Now up top. Hauled in by Savannah Bailey. Bailey surveys, goes to Fisher. Fisher, far side, looks near side. She has Heberly and won't go that way. Heberly to the left wing. Savannah Bailey. Bailey rolls up top. Bailey looking. Bounce pass in. There's Emily Bailey. Bailey down low. Picked off by Battles. There goes Battles in transition. Up ahead. Clark skipped across. Portash one more. McCullough to Cooley. Cooley back to Portash for three. That one no good.
I was going to say, she's not going to pass up that one.
And a tie-up forced by Cooley.
It's going to be Serra Catholic ball.
Winner of this one gets the winner of number 6, Burgettstown, and number 11, California. California coming out of the same section as Serra Catholic, finished behind Serra and Seton and ahead of Carmichaels and Fraser. 5:24 remaining in the fourth. 29-28. It's an Eagles advantage, but it's the slimmest of margins. Clark looks for an inbound pass. Up top she goes. That's to McCullough. Now it's Cooley. Back to McCullough. McCullough, top of the key. Macy McCullough.
Interesting. Portash is not in the game. I didn't even see her come out.
They just brought in Curry that last whistle by. As here comes Clark. Clark down low. Battles. Surrounded. And another tie-up.
Yeah, you're thrown into a triple team there. There's no chance that Battle's going to be able to do anything with that.
And without Portash in there, I think that was the thing, because everyone knew, okay, we don't have to worry about Portash. We don't think Curry's going to shoot the three. Let's just surround Bree Battles. And that's what they did to force the turnover. 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. 1 point lead for number 3, Serra. Near side it's taken. That's by Bailey. Savannah Bailey. Handoff. That's to Fisher. Fisher pressured by Chloe Portash. Dribbling with her right. Handoff goes Heberly. Floats it inside. Boyd backing her way in. Back iron. No. Another board for Battles. Up ahead. 2-on-1. Portash to Clark. Kisses it off the glass and in.
Here
and a timeout south side. Pretty passing. Portash to Clark. And Kate Clark up to 9 for this quarter. 31-28. Serra, a 6-0 run to start the fourth.
It's exactly how the third quarter ended, with a 6-0 run for the Rams. Now the Eagles have answered with a 6-0 run of their own to start the fourth. Nearly halfway through and not a point on the board yet, as it looks like the Eagles have kicked up their man-to-man defense a notch.
South side, they can smell the upset, and they've had some good three-point shooters in this game. You've had some big shots by Maddie Fisher. She's hit 2. 2 from Savannah Bailey. 1 for Emily Bailey. And you got to think that's something Serra Catholic is aware of, that Southside with a shot or two can retake the lead the way they've been shooting from beyond the arc in this game.
Absolutely. You have to keep extending that man-to-man out. As far as they go, you go with them.
4:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. Serra Catholic up 31-28. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been pretty, but the Eagles clinging to a small margin. They came in trailing 28-25 to this fourth quarter. The student section trying to make their presence known here this evening. Heberly in the right side. Heberly wheeling up top. Now Portash applies the pressure on Heberly. Heberly, handoff. Switching to Savannah Bailey was Portash. Now it's Fisher. Fisher, pocket picked by Portash. Ball loose on the floor. They call the tie-up. And this time, I believe will go the other way. And it will be Serra Catholic ball. As in some pain is Coley. Holding at that right hip region.
Yeah, she got bent. Kind of got leaned on as her foot was planted. I think she got a bad stretch there.
The only good thing, she almost looked like she had a bit of a smile or smirk on her face when she was rolling around before the trainer got out there, and now making everything
hurt.
Right. Exactly.
Just making it's that good kind of pain there. It's the pain that feels good.
She's kind of laughing it off as she makes her way, skipping to the bench. And that's not what Serra Catholic needs. Already, again, Alaba not available. And now you have Cooley coming out for the moment, so they're going to turn to the 5'7" senior, Callie Cunningham.
And while she is a defensive specialist, she usually sticks with another team's best player. She can put the ball in the hoop, so can't leave her alone.
Top of the key, Chloe Pordash. Now it's Clark, right wing. Hand off, McCullough, kick out, Pordash, catch, release, back iron, no, and the rebound swatted out.
Yeah,
off the hands of Bailey.
Yeah, it was Bailey, I think, got a hand on it, knocked it out.
Trigger will now be Chloe Pordash. Floats it out to Battles. Battles full head of steam, driving in, right block, blocked by Boyd. Pordash could not deflect it down. Now it's Emily Bailey. Bailey surveys. Bailey up top. That's Heberly. Heberly looks to penetrate. Heberly near side. Savannah Bailey. Bailey wheeling top of the key. Bailey left wing, drives in, left block, floats it up, no good. Emily counters up, she's fouled.
Yeah, it's nobody. I think a couple Eagles players got a hand on that initial shot, and then they just watched the ball fall, and Bailey swooped right in and got the offensive rebound.
Emily Bailey had 5 points in the first quarter, has not scored since. That foul went against Macy McCullough, her third, as Bailey knocks it down. Lead down to 2. Cooley back in. Cunningham out. Boyd out. Woodling in. Bailey sends it up. She is perfect. Timeout Southside. They trail by 1.
Out of town score, Monessen 40, Riverview 4 in Class A girls.
You know, going back to my back of my board, what Coach Bacco told me, he said, you know, we want to keep the pace of the game as up-tempo as possible. We haven't seen that tonight.
Right.
And he also said they plan on pressuring on D in a few different ways to push the ball in transition. And really, that's when they've been good, is when they've pushed it in transition. But the thing is, they have not done that in this game.
Right. They haven't been able, like I said, Southside's been dictating the pace of the game, and that's been the Achilles heel for Serra Catholic.
And remember, every team has hope after number 11 Elwood City went all the way and won the big dance last year.
Absolutely.
There's Clark for 3, travels first.
A big turnover.
She kind of just sidestepped to make it more open shot.
She caught the ball awkwardly and kind of went to set herself and didn't put the ball on the floor.
Bringing it over the divider, Emily Bailey. Her team down by 1. 3:13 remaining in the fourth. A date with either California, Bergenstown on the line. Southside already beat Bergenstown this year. Rebound, grabbed down, and getting knocked down was Bree Battles. And can Bree make her free throws?
It's going to be the key. You said it earlier. It's going to come down to free throws here late.
Serra has already missed over 10. That's going to be number 4 against Grace Woodling. Actually, they're going to say that's 5. Did I miss one? I feel like every time they give a foul, they're giving Woodling 2 fouls.
Yeah, I missed one before too.
I had her at 2, and then it said 3. And then
I did have her at 4, but not 5.
I thought that was going to be 4. Because I feel like every time they put a foul up on Woodling, she's had an extra foul put against her.
Right.
But they didn't make her come out of the game, so I'm wondering if the board's wrong.
She knew. It must have been because she said I'm out.
Bree Battles will shoot 1 and 1. 2 makes for Battles so far. On 10 attempts, no good, won't get another. Rebound by Southside. As Pordash, the tip and the rebound. Here comes Battles. Near side, McCullough. Down low, Clark up and in. Pretty passing to Kate Clark, up to 11. 6-point quarter for Clark.
For some reason, I wrote that as a 3. I was looking at the sides of the lead.
That is where it stands, 33-30, 2:33 remaining in the fourth. Driving in, Emily Bailey to shrink the deficit. She will. Back down to 1. Handoff, that's to Cooley. Cooley near side. Cooley to Clark, top of the key, Battles. Battles to Cooley. Cooley to Chloe Portash. 2 on the clock, 1-point lead for the Eagles. Portash down low, Battles. Bounce pass out, Clark driving in. Clark pulls up, Clark rims it out. Southside a chance to lead. Everything started great this quarter for Serra. They got 6 in a row, but Southside, they've clawed their way back. Up top, Savannah Bailey. There's Fisher to Heberly. Heberly handoff, Savannah Bailey. Bailey back to Heberly. Handoff, Fisher. Another handoff to Bailey, Savannah Bailey. Turnover, it's Cooley in transition. Cooley off the glass, no good, she's fouled.
She kind of waited for that contact and shot it up late, and they did get the late foul call.
But Cooley 0 for 3.
And missed the rim twice.
Cooley through the motion. Up, back iron, no. She'll get one more. Cooley corrects it. Her first make of the game from the line. Lead back to 2. 5 for 18 is Serra Catholic from the charity stripe. They lose that game. That's going to be something they will be haunted by. Shot up by Bailey, no good. Rebound, Battles.
15 boards now for Bree Battles.
Under a minute to play in the fourth. 2-point lead for Serra. Do they foul?
I'm going to say, Serra, you don't need to do anything. I'd put the ball in Portash's hands, though. Well, Clark's a decent free throw shooter.
And a timeout called by Serra. Portash is 2 for 2. Or 2 for 4, excuse me, from the line.
I think you want your senior at the line, though, in this situation.
Oh, absolutely. You go to the point where you definitely want a player who's been there, done that before to kind of try to seal it for you. You're up by 2. You got to wonder, when does Southside decide to try to foul? The Rams have hung around. They've not made life easy for Serra Catholic at all because they've made Serra Catholic play their game. Serra Catholic has not come out and played the game. They wanted the game. Southside came out. They've dictated everything, and that's why this game sits where it is. It's been an incredibly well-coached game and well-executed game plan by the Southside Rams.
Absolutely. They've been, like I said, I've said it 3 times already, they've dictated the play. They made Serra Catholic come down and play their game. They're running this dribble handoff a couple good times. They've gotten some mismatches, and they've taken it to the basket on their opportunities. And the one thing for Serra Catholic they're going to have to do is do not, depending on obviously what happens here on their possession, but if Southside gets a stop here, you cannot give up a 3-pointer.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. I think if you're Serra, you have to hold it to make them foul.
Unless you have a wide open.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the free throw line has not been kind. Like you said, 5 of 18.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
Not what you're looking for in a playoff game. For those wondering, that's just 28%. There's Portash driving, kick out Clark. It was open, but Wisely doesn't take it.
Got Fisher, looks like, with a hold on Clark, and Clark's going to be the shooter, and she's going to shoot 2.
Double bonus time as Heberly gets her 4th. Clark, first time at the line today. She has had a quarter. 6 points, up to 11, leading the way for Serra Catholic. Can the sophomore do it? Back iron, no. This is a huge point for Serra because that would mean a 3 would only tie, not give the lead. Can Clark do it? Up and in. Ice in the veins of the sophomore as she hits a huge free throw to make it a 3-point advantage. 33 on the clock. Savannah Bailey drives in. Bailey open lane up. Window no good. Put back. Boyd, yes. 5 for Boyd. Clark fouled with 21. Six for 20 from the line is Serra Catholic. Even if you make it, you made 15, you're nowhere near in as stressful as the situation. Clark,
that's a big one,
knocks it down again. Give her 13. Lead back to 2. Can Clark once again? Back iron, no. A 2 will tie. 18 on the clock. Does Southside go for the win or go for the tie? It's a 3 for the lead. They got it! Southside takes the lead. It's Bailey. And a timeout by Serra.
What a shot by Emily Bailey. She even looked at her feet before she let it go. She looked at her feet and made sure she was behind that 3-point line.
37-36, the Southside Rams knocking down triples. You know what they say, you go for the win on the road, you go for the tie at home. They went for the win, and they took the lead. What a shot by Bailey. And the thing is, you got to imagine the ball's going in the hands, no matter what, of Chloe Portash here.
I can imagine. If she's guarded, though, do you go inside the battles or do you go looking for a foul or do you look for Clark? Clark's been hot in this quarter. Clark on that short corner jumper has been true all night.
It's a tough thing, but I think if you're Serra, you want to make it, and I think it all starts, who do you have taking the inbound? I think you almost, what you're going to look for is a screen, almost a pick and roll to an open layup.
4.7 seconds is plenty of time, or 4.3. So you could get a good look at the basket.
Coley will inbound.
The biggest thing is you can't throw it away. You can't turn it over here.
Coley. They go down low. Deflection. Clock runs. Clark.
She goes fouled.
Clark is fouled. 2 seconds on the clock.
Wow. Kate Clark will go to the line for the biggest shots of her career right here.
50%. She needs to be at least that. An errant pass somehow got it to Clark eventually. Clark up. Tied.
Ties it up.
Kate Clark, give her 14. 9-point quarter.
We're going to ice the kicker. And I have, if I'm right now, they're 8 of 23, correct?
I think it's 7 for 21, I think. I could be missing one.
I had them 7 of 22 when she went 1 of 2.
You know what? No, I did not add that last sequence by.
They're 8 of 23. All you need to go 9 of 24 if you want to win this game.
Stronissa will come in. 37s. Into the fourth quarter with 2 seconds remaining. Number 3, Serra Catholic, tied with number 14, Southside. Southside's been battle-tested all year. They were with Neshannock. They were with Osh. And now they're pushing the number 3 seed to their limits. Can the freshman knock it through? And you have to almost wonder if she misses, the south side try to push anything, or do they just hold for overtime?
I'd be afraid to push because you might turn it over. I mean, you only have a couple seconds, but not down on this end of the floor.
Kate Clark. No rebound. Battles up and no good. Regulation solves nothing. Overtime is upon us.
What a way that would have been to end it with Bree Battles with her 16th rebound and a putback.
8 for 24 from the line. Serra added 12. Looked at the wrong score as it was 9 for Southside, making it 37s. As we go to overtime, gives us a chance to remind all of our viewing and listening audience out there that this game, the broadcast rights to this game, are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the TRIBLive High School Sports Network, and us here at the Mon Valley Independent Live. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the viewing and listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distributions of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited. Battles and Boyd, a jump ball to get us underway in overtime. A lot of rotating around for Serra Catholic.
I'm not sure Serra plans on winning this jump, but they don't.
As here comes Bailey. Bailey to Boyd. Glass, no. Rebound, grab down.
Battles got a piece of that, I think.
Here comes Battles. Near side. Out to Clark. Clark. She had 9 points in the fourth, including the game tire at the line. There's Cooley. Kick out. McCullough. Lane's open. Floats it up. No. Rebound. Macy McCullough. She turns it over. Here comes Bailey. Bailey drives in. Right block. Fouled by Cooley.
Now every foul down the line, Southside will shoot at least 1 and 1.
Bailey 2 for 2, 12 points. 7 in the fourth. Southside back on top thanks to Emily Bailey. She has 13, 3:32 remaining in overtime. Second one up and in. Perfection for Emily Bailey, the senior, getting it done where Serra Catholic has not. Portash. She's fouled. No, offensive.
They got Battles with the illegal screen. It's going to be Battles' third.
They want 1 and 1, but since of the nature of the foul, it will not be a shooting foul. At least it shouldn't be, I don't think. Serra needs a stop, they need a score, and they need to figure things out. Down by 2 in overtime, 3:20 remaining in the fourth. Emily Bailey, she's been the go-to. Bailey directing traffic with Heberly. Heberly, far side, that's to Fisher. Fisher. Tied up, floats it in. Heberly, kick out. Savannah Bailey all alone. Off the mark, rebound. Battles finds it. Battles has it stripped away by Boyd. Now it's Bailey to the foul line, poked away by Portash. Bailey trapped in the corner, skips it up top. Bounce pass near side, Bailey drives in, right elbow, down low, taken away. That's Kate Clark. Clark up to Portash. Portash goes to Coley, 2:38 remaining in the fourth, or in the overtime. Serra down by 2. Kick out Clark. Clark drives in, right elbow, yes! Kate Clark ties it up. 16 for the sophomore. 39's all. 2:20 in OT. There's Emily Bailey. Now it's Fisher. Fisher. Bounce pass to Heberly. Heberly drives in. Turnover. It's Clark. And Clark pushed down by Heberly.
They are calling the foul. They are calling the foul.
And Heberly will be gone. My calculations, that's number 5 on Heberly with 2:05 in overtime.
It's similar. That was exactly similar to when she was fouled by Clark in the far corner. She just got behind her as they got to the ball, and that'll be it.
Clark's been 50% from the line. As Southside is being told to hurry up, they'll send 2 in, leave the other 3 at the bench. I mean, you can't blame Heberly there. She was just trying to make a hard-nosed play.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and that's a play you'd want her to make. It's just unfortunate that was number 5 on her.
That's like I said, it was the same thing as when Clark got the foul. That she was from behind her.
As Clark gives the Eagles the lead. The sophomore up to 17. Can she go perfect for the first time today? She's been 50% from the line. 9 for 25 is Serra. Back iron, no, she stays at 50%, make it 9 for 26. Near side, Chernissa to Bailey. 1-point Eagle lead. 1:54 in OT. Chernissa around Portash. Sees a lane, drives in, kicks it across. Boyd off the window and in.
Again, Battle's got another piece of it, but it came right to Boyd.
Down by 1 now are the Eagles. Cooley poked away. It's Emily Bailey driving in, puts it up, fouled by Portash. And that's not who you want to send to the line.
Portash can plead her case all she wants, but that call's not going to change.
Chance to make it a 3-point game is Emily Bailey. 14 points for Bailey, 4 for 4 from the stripe. Iron unkind to the senior, so the most they can lead by is 2. Can the senior do it? Emily Bailey through the motions, up with the right. No, rebound. McCullough has it knocked away. She saves it off of Boyd and out.
What a
lucky sequence.
All about the way the ball bounces.
And the ball bounced in the favor of the Serra Catholic Eagles. Down by 1, 1:25 remaining in overtime. Number 3, Serra. Number 14, Southside. Here's Portash. Looks to drive in. Portash finds a lane, puts it up, and that one's deflected out. Portash the trigger. See if they try to work it into Clark or Battles. Battles will get it. Right back to Portash. No, Battles trying to back in. Battles goes up. Battles, yes! Bree Battles lead back to Serra. 12 for Battles. 42-41. 1 on the clock here in overtime. Serra trying to hang on. Far side. Fisher. Handoff. Savannah Bailey. Kick it out to Chernissa, out of bounds.
Great job by Chloe Portash to hedge that screen.
Timeout Southside. Even though that is their technically last one, I believe they do gain one in overtime. So yes. Those weren't put on the board, so I'll take one off and put it back on just so we can have the nice cool timeout graphic that I'm a fan of. So they still have 1 remaining. Serra still has 2. As I click the wrong button, and your screen says timeout Serra, but the timeout was Southside. 42-41. In favor of Serra Catholic, Southside. No matter what, this will, if they lose, nothing to hang their heads on. The 14 seed has played phenomenal. And the thing is, if they win, and most likely we're expecting Bergenstown to beat California, they've beat Bergenstown. There's nothing saying they couldn't get another rematch with Neshannock.
Yeah, I keep looking for Burgettstown.
Do we have
California
anyone
school.
there today, or
Yeah.
I didn't think we did, but I could not remember. And I don't know if there might have been a broadcast here on the network for it, but
Yeah, there's nothing on their app. I hate when schools have athletic department pages and then never update it.
as it's going to be Eagle basketball. 45.1 on the clock. They lead by just one.
I think if you're south side, you go to about maybe 25 seconds. If nothing happens, you got a foul.
Inbound battles, bounce pass, Cooley across to Clark. Portash wants it. They give it to her. Chloe Portash is fouled by Stranissa. Can the senior take care of business at the line?
Everything's 2 from here on out.
9 for 26 to Serra from the line. I know it may sound like a broken record, but that's the reason this game is where it's at. Portash, the senior, with some ice in her veins. She hasn't scored often. That's only number 7, but that's a huge one for Portash. 2 for 2, Chloe Portash.
Big shots from Chloe Portash. If, like you said, she's not getting her 17 points like she's used to, but she's going to contribute in other ways. 2 big free throws there. She's been facilitating. She has a couple big rebounds here in the late going. But, again, all Southside can do is tie.
And that's huge with Chloe Portash. Game on the line. Who do you want there? And the answer is your senior.
Absolutely.
And Chloe Portash did just what she does. Took care of business in a huge moment, and now she's going to force the 3, which Southside's been very good with here in this game.
It's all about who has to shoot that 3. Which all
if
of them,
it's Emily Bailey, I
don't
like
want
your
her to
chances. If you're Southside,
yeah, you don't want Bailey to shoot it. Savannah Bailey, I know, has 1, and Fisher, I think she has 1 or 2. So you want to try to keep the ball out of those hands.
(44-41), Serra Catholic on top of Southside here in overtime. Can Serra hold? And the question is, if you get to a far enough point here in this overtime period, do you think about fouling if you're Serra up by 3? That's me saying around like 8 seconds if you get to that point. If outside holds that long. Fisher out to Stranissa. McCullough all over Bailey, steps away, down low, stolen. It's Cooley, and she's fouled by Stranissa.
So if you're Caitlin Cooley, just make one. Make one and make it a 2-possession game, and then if you can make it a 5-point game, go ahead. But you got to worry about this first one. It is two free throws, so you could relax a little bit.
Cooley did make her last attempt. That was her first make of the game. That one no good. Can she right the wrong?
Take a little walk back to the 3-point line. Take a deep breath. You got 10 seconds there.
The lefty puts it up.
Doesn't hit the rim again.
And a chance still to tie.
So we're now at 11 of 30 for the Eagles.
Here's Emily Bailey. Bailey to Stranissa.
There's a steal by Clark.
Clark will dribble it out, and she's fouled by Stranissa.
Great job by Kate Clark anticipating that pass.
Did not score in the third quarter, but in the fourth and overtime, she has added 12 points. The sophomore Clark, when her team needed her the most, she's averaging 11 per game. She's at 17, can't make that one. She needs this one.
Got to walk away here. Take a break. Take a breath.
Clark got it as the sophomore makes it a 4-point lead. And a timeout called by Southside. That would have been a little insult to injury if Emily Bailey knocked it through, but she did not. 45-41, Serra Catholic hanging on for dear life.
12 of 32 now.
Chloe Portash hit the biggest two.
That's the most important thing. You got the 2 out of 2 when you needed it the most. And it's no surprise it came from the senior.
Burgettstown won 65-22 over California.
So Burgettstown could be coming here if this score holds over the next 7.9 seconds.
Otherwise, then they'll play Southside for the second time. They would host them for the second time, but it's going to take some work for Southside to do that. A big thanks to another Waynesburg alum, Joe Smeltzer, who was out there covering that game.
Our buddy Donnie Hartman just let us know that Frazier was also on the end of a lopsided score tonight. Thanks, buddy.
Excited to see his squad in a few weeks, or nearing about under a month now we're getting ready.
Yeah, I think it's a
24th or 25th.
This weekend will be a month away, 4 weeks away.
As here comes Bailey, goes to Bailey and Savannah, no good, rebound battles, and that will do it. Serra Catholic hangs on. It wasn't easy, it wasn't pretty, but the Eagles got the job done. 45-41 in overtime. Nothing that Southside can hang their head on. They played phenomenal, and they controlled the pace of this game, just came up short.
8-4 in overtime in favor of the Eagles.
Final score, 45-41. As Serra Catholic hangs on in a thriller, but Southside, it ends in a tough way as they gave it their all. They had a chance. But Serra Catholic was able to find a way to pull through and pull out the victory here this evening as they'll move on to take on Burgettstown on Thursday here at home, as Coach Bacco going to come up and join us. That's the joy of him. We got him once, and we asked him the first time we came here, and he's just made it a tradition of coming on up and interviewing with us after the games.
It does make my life easier. Now I don't have to chase him into the locker room and stuff.
Deal with me hooking up another headset to give to Coach Bacco. But
I know the first thing. It wasn't pretty, Coach.
No.
And 12 of 32 from the line just ain't going to cut it at this point of the season.
Yeah, what do you think about that, huh?
That's not good.
No, it's not good. And we shot more free throws at practice yesterday than we normally do. You got to give them a lot of credit. They're a 14 seed, and they just, beat the 6 in the last game of the regular season on their home floor.
Right.
So you knew it wasn't going to be easy. Obviously, we're in the process of, getting used to playing a new lineup and a new substitution rotation after the injury to Riley. And you got a bunch of young kids that don't have a lot of experience in the playoffs, and they were a veteran group. So, I don't know if anybody looked at this matchup and thought that it was going to be easy, but I certainly didn't. And, we made it hard on ourselves, too. There's no question about that. We didn't get into our transition game the way we wanted to. And quite frankly, from the free throw line, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that. But, we made a couple when it counted at the end there. Chloe did. And survive and advance, right? That's what they say.
That's right. You mentioned they did a good job. I think them playing here last year, they know all about what Chloe's going to bring to the court. But you had Kate Clark step up in a big way tonight. I think she grew up 2 class years in this game. She was put in tough situations, and she was able to come through for you when you needed a score.
Yeah, I would have loved for her to knock down that free throw at the end of regulation.
Right.
Maybe would have saved another couple months on my life. I think I lost a couple years tonight. But, we held them to 41 points in 5 periods. So – that should get it done. Offensively, we got we got to look at the film here and show the kids opportunities that we had to make plays and didn't quite make them. So, that's what they say. Defense and rebounding will win games this time of year. I don't know that we rebounded particularly well. We did a lot of standing around, but we live to play another day, and we'll certainly look to the film to get better and try to survive and advance on Thursday.
It was Bree against everybody else on the board. She had 19 of your rebounds, and I think you only finished with maybe 31. So how do you correct that going into practice here against a tough Burgettstown team who they're going to look to play this kind of game and try to get you to play their game as well?
Yeah, I mean, we stressed it in the pregame. We stressed getting 5 kids on the glass. We work on closing out and blocking out every single practice in our defensive session. So, it's kind of what I told them in the timeout. I said, you can't stand around and then cry in the locker room after the game if you're going to hand your uniforms in.
Right.
Now's the time to block out and go rebound the ball. Otherwise, we have nobody to blame but ourselves.
When you needed to, you did a good job on closing out on our three-point shooters. Not so much in the first quarter, but after that, it was very sporadic of when they were able to finally get a shooter open.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we knew that, 23 can knock down the three, the lefty, 21 can knock it down, and 11 is sort of their facilitator. And, we kind of switched it up a little bit there in the fourth quarter and put Macy McCullough on 11 and no touch, no help, and tried to make some of the other kids handle the ball a little bit, and we got some key turnovers. I thought we could have turned those turnovers into points, but for some reason, all night long, we were getting possession of the ball and then slowing the pace down. And that's not the way we want to play. It's not how we normally play. I think it was just a bunch of kids being cautious and probably for stretches playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And usually when that happens, you don't get away with it. I can tell you, I can't believe we shot what we did from the free throw line and move on to play in the next round. I don't know that we deserve to, but nonetheless, we'll take it and we'll, look to get a couple good days of practice here and throw our best at Burgettstown.
Sorry, Alex, just my last question for my end of things. Just does that long layoff you had between games, did that help you or hurt you tonight?
Well, we had a pretty good scrimmage against South Park. I mean, I thought we played pretty well. I just think that you have a lot of kids out there that have virtually zero playoff experience. Right. You also are dealing with change in the lineup, losing one of your starters in the last game of the regular season, which is not ideal. And then your substitution rotation is different.
Right.
It's tough. It's tough at that time of year to deal with that. But we did have some time in the layoff to sort of get our house in order. But like I said, you got a team on paper that is a quote-unquote 14 seed, which I don't know what that means. But like I said, they just beat the 6 on their home court. So, I look at it as, we knew we had a tough team in the first round, and now we're going to play against the team that we just beat on their home floor. So now we have an opportunity to try, like I said, to survive and advance again.
And, Coach, you mentioned it in your last answer about the speed of the game. When you guys got in the transition game, which you told me yesterday, that's what you want to do, pick up the pace. You got buckets, those quick 2-on-1s, whether it be Portash driving, kicking it to Clark. You had those looks. That's when you also got to the line. Do you think part of the free throw shooting affected that? Because a lot of it became fouling on those odd man opportunities. And then it was like, okay, we're not making free throws, so we have to slow it back up. Did you think that affected your transition game and that speed?
I can't explain why we would rebound the ball and slow the pace. Everything we talked about was keeping the pace up. Quite honestly, it might have been because they were tired. The substitution rotation was a little bit thin tonight. And, again, that's, by virtue of not having Riley in the lineup. That is one, sort of one less substitution that we can make. But, I just can't really explain why we slowed the pace down. We didn't want to. On the bench, we kept asking for him to pick it up. We kept asking for him to pick it up at halftime. Talked about it the last couple of days, keeping the pace out, get out in transition. We didn't do it, and it almost cost us. So, like I said, you got to give them credit to come on the road and, take the game to overtime. They made some big plays when there were plays to be made. They knocked down some threes. They made their free throws. We didn't. But somehow, like I said, we leave here with a W.
All right, Coach. Congrats on the win, and we'll see you on Thursday.
I'll be there.
All right,
All right. Thanks, guys.
Final score, Serra Catholic hangs on in a thriller, 45-41 in overtime. You heard it right there. It wasn't pretty. Did they necessarily deserve the win? Maybe not, but they got it, and that's all that matters, and they lived to fight another day. So until that other day, which will be Thursday, we'll have coverage for you right here on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network as the MVI Live crew will once again come down to Serra Catholic for the contest when they take on Bergenstown. But on behalf of Jeremy Salou, I'm Alex Lyon saying thanks for tuning in to this edition of the WPIAL postseason on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network. One final time, your final score, Serra 45. They hang on to beat number 14 Southside 45-41. You heard it right here and only on the TRIBLive High School Sports Network. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.